I'm here, Fort Wayne Submission Fighting, with Pedigo brown belt and the founder of Fort Wayne Submission Fighting, Dominic Heath. Dom, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Just want to take some time to get down to brass tacks and unearth a bit of the story going on. How long have you been grappling?
I've been grappling for about going on 10 years. I started about 2015.
Yeah, it's over a decade now. And did you start with jiu-jitsu?
So yeah, my first class was jiu-jitsu, but overall I was like doing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing kind of at the same time.
Okay. And what age would you have been at that time?
I was 7th grade going into 8th grade summer, so I was around 14, turning 15.
Man, wow, that's a dream. I'm telling you, as young as you
Perfect,
can start, man.
Perfect age.
Legitimately. And so, as you were on the mats getting your rolls in, did that lead you into the wrestling room?
Yeah, there was a fighter that trained at the gym I was at the time, and he was a wrestling coach at a local high school, and he was like, it would be dumb not to wrestle. So as soon as I kind of got that cue, I started going to wrestling clubs and getting myself into high school wrestling. Yeah.
Right on. And so that was after junior high, so you basically just wrestled in high school?
Yeah, I started basically my freshman year, but I got kicked off the team at the school I was at my freshman year, and then I transferred out, wrestled my sophomore, junior, senior year. Yep.
Nice. And you state qualified?
Yeah, I placed 8th my senior year at 120. Yeah, in an individual state tournament, so it was pretty good. Yeah. Nice. And just stayed on the path. Never once strayed from the mats. Just been training the whole time. Yeah. So after high school was kind of like the COVID stuff, and the gyms kind of shut down. But luckily, like our gym was kind of like halfway still open, so we still got it in throughout that time. Obviously, didn't compete because everything was shut down. But then when everything started to open up, kind of like early 2021, just going to like local tournaments and stuff like that, and then ended up fighting later on that year. So
very nice. Yeah. So you saw a pro debut as well. So
yeah,
you got an amateur career. And
I had 11 amateur fights, and then I have 1 pro fight.
Wow, man. Yeah. And what are you, in the back half of your 20s now?
Yeah, I'm about to turn 25 this year.
About to turn 25. My man's got experience. Not even halfway through the 20s.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's where it's at. And how long has the gym here been open?
Officially, I would say going on about 2 years. I've probably been here about 2 years officially for Fort Wayne Submission Fighting. 2
years young, and it is quite the room in here.
Yes, lots of young, dedicated guys in here every day.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an undersell. This room is serious business, man. It's real rolls every single night here. And what brought you to be like, all right, I'm gonna go out and do this thing? You were a brown belt already?
I was a purple belt for 5 years. So okay. I definitely spent a lot of time and matured in my purple belt.
Yeah,
so.
And that was all under Heath Pedigo?
Half the time was, yeah. I ended up moving out under him right after I got my purple belt at my previous school. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And he promoted you to brown belt?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
and
sir.
you opened this place as a PSF club?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Epic. Man, so what's the journey like, maintaining your own career, your intentions, your growth, but also bringing up a bunch of other young guys?
So it's nice now that we're 2 years in and we got like a core group of people and guys with experience. So now I can just look to my own team for the training, right? I don't have to like seek out training from other people. Like obviously I still go cross train at HQ and go to Adamas, but I have a solid group of guys here that are gonna get me better and get me ready for tournaments. So
yeah, most definitely. And again, Dom is slightly underselling this thing, to say the least, because it's a real room of real killers that he's crafted in just barely 2 years. I mean, I haven't been everywhere, but I've been in a lot of different training rooms, and this is some of the highest level stuff you can stumble upon. And one thing I wanted to note is the emphasis you guys have on wrestling. Right? There's a lot of jiu-jitsu rooms that they love to get in and do the passing and all the moves, but there's a huge emphasis on wrestling in this club. My phrase that I love hearing is, you gotta know how to get the two.
So just from growing up in the Midwest and just wrestling in high school, obviously we like to wrestle here, but if you go to any jiu-jitsu tournament, majority of the time the guy that gets the first takedown is the guy that's gonna win. So if we can just get the fight to the ground in general and just be able to take them down all the time, anytime, we just want to have that. We just want to have that up. We want to be able to do that every time. So.
Right, 100%. There's a vast difference between having to spend so much time getting around the legs versus just
taking them down and just passing the guard right away.
Absolutely, find yourself in that spot. Man, no, it's really, really awesome. And what's the vision going forward?
Just keep building it. Try to make it as big as possible and just impact everyone's life. You know, if I can impact one person's life, if I can impact 10 people's lives, that's all I really care about. So just keep building and just trying to impact young guys' lives.
Yeah, there's nothing more profound you could do, especially in times like this, given the current nature, current events, things like that. But when you say make it as big as possible, are we looking entirely in a competition team aspect, or do you want to eventually branch out and open up to more hobbyist style and even possibly a kids program?
I would say for right now, since I'm young, I want to make the competition team as big as possible.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be the best competition team in Indiana, and then eventually break off to be the best in the Midwest. But obviously, that's going to take time. So
for sure,
just start with the best in the city, and then you slowly grow to the best in the area, and then just go from there. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can say without a doubt, you guys are on the trajectory. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video, but I've been impressed profoundly. As much as I try to get in here, I know that I've improved just from the limited amount of time that I've had. So it's been a great blessing for me. It's been super awesome. And I mean, it's just an awesome environment. Dom is a super young guy, but we've got so many great guys in here. He's got his younger brother in here. His young son is clearly going to be up next.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know?
I hope so.
So very, very awesome stuff, man. Is there a mindset you take into competitions as the leader of the gym and also taking a team with you?
Just lead by example, you know, trying to lose with class and win with class. You know, even when you win, you can still act like a good person, you know, and then even when you lose, you know, just try to just blame yourself, you know, hold yourself accountable, you know, and then try to get better in those areas, you know, that way your students can tell that you want to get better in the areas that you got caught in.
Definitely. And I may or may not be correct, but that's something I had seen people talking about recently with the NCAA championships. It's kind of a wrestling mindset. They were talking about it's a sport filled with honor. You know, guys win and lose with integrity. You know, no matter which way it goes, kind of carry yourself the same exact way. Right on. Well, man, I really, really appreciate the time. I think we're going to roll into a private now.
Let's go.
But Fort Wayne Submission Fighting, these guys are at ADCC, IBJJF, cash brackets, CSR. You're going to see them all around. This is truly just the beginning. 2 years young, crazy, crazy room of really, really talented guys. Watch out for Dominic Heath and the Fort Wayne Submission Fighting team. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.